doing copy and then paste it here.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, I don't even know who the fuck is on the ref team. Is Deshaun Jackson on the ref team?
You're gonna learn, man. You're gonna learn.
Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. I'm acting like a coach anyway. Alright, I'm ready when you are.
Oh, Robert Kelly. Sir, I got that new playbook for you. I got the new playbook for you.
Minnesota Vikings.
You come on. You come on.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
Damn, 3-yard gain.
Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make it more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And here is the Redskin defense.
Ryan Kerrigan is an example of bringing the best of you from college to the NFL and remaking your game. Terrific guy causing fumbles at Purdue, has done the exact same thing in the NFL, then lost weight and became an absolute terror rushing the passer.
Oh my God.
And he's got the first down
Terrible.
yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Terrible, right?
Time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn,
That's terrible.
find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. I'm just looking side by side at Diggs' number, rookie year versus sophomore year a season ago. 52 catches as a rook, 84 last year. But something you pointed out to me, yards per catch is off a bit, isn't it?
It is, and you know, his first year, he was known a little bit more as a big play threat. This past season, adjusting to a new quarterback in Sam Bradford, that number went down by about 3 yards per catch. But he can be an explosive type of a receiver. Look at the last 2 games of the regular season, well over 100 yards in both.
A big play there on 4th and 2. 42 yards.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Teddy Bridgewater keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game. That maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage. And they tried. They just didn't get it done.
First offensive series forthcoming. Deshaun Jackson, wide receiver that certainly needs no introduction in this league.
He's truly one of those don't blink guys, because as soon as you do, he's past you and in the end zone and doesn't mind letting you know about it, too.
Out to the left here to Reed. For Jordan Reed, Charles, still waiting for him to play a full complement of games. You know, through 4 seasons, he hasn't completed a full NFL schedule, but he's right up there for best tight end in the league.
He certainly is, and I don't think he can get a bigger compliment than I'm hearing from my friends in the scouting community, who have all told me that those teams that are in the market for tight ends, when they're scouting now, they're all trying to find guys who have Jordan Reed characteristics. And I'm talking about route running, run after the catch, the ability to create and make bigger plays.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches
because
who's going to cover. And
oh, why?
get him into space,
Kirk Cousins looks like a $27 million quarterback.
Oftentimes makes people miss because that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. You know, for this Vikings team, as they come back out here on
offense, you see the way they set up the contract? They made it seem like it was, yeah, they were going to make him the richest contract in the league, but only one, and they said, yeah, it's guaranteed or whatever, but only 1 year out of the 5 was guaranteed.
You mentioned the roller coaster. A lot of it can come back to the injuries, especially along the offensive line.
But that one was like next year, and it was going to be for $28 million. That was only, and then the other $72 million was injury. It was related to injury, so if he did get hurt, he would be covered. But that's just, again, that's just not how you like set up, you know.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right
because you know the Browns are willing to pay him in the end, you know.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Again, Peterson. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces.
Adrian Peterson off to the races. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson, 48 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A gain of 32 that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's second and goal from the 10. And able to break one tackle.
Oh my God, that was touchdown.
Nice,
he didn't even get brought down. That's terrible.
Novel, man. From undrafted free agent to leading rusher for his team, the Rob Kelly story in 2016.
You're right. Matt Jones had 460. He led it by a wide margin, did Kelly, 704. The question I have for you, what do you see from Fat Rob now going forward?
I think that he can be the lead runner for them because he does an excellent job in pass protection, a skill not many backs have.
Here's Kelly on fourth down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. And the Redskins have tied it here. The extra point to come can put them in the driver's seat. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Minnesota. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Bridgewater now on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running for it. Here's Peterson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. First down, here's a run with Peterson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Tackle made that time by Chris Banker. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Give them 13 on the pickup there. And the Redskins are going to get a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down, here's Cousins. Caught on the right side, Reed. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Second down, Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed from 19 yards away.
You're supposed to say good read there.
Take the lead.
That's what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say good read.
And that'll make the score 21-14.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. You know who caught that pass?
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
You weren't reading that correctly, were you? Damn, I still left a lot of time.
And now out
I
comes
hate doing
Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. I'll just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
Oh my God, my linebacker was just terrible on that play.
You can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Cordero Patterson, 57 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be incomplete. Niles Paul, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. This is taken around the 12. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Finding time. He's going to float this one deep right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. We have hit. And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. A tie game. I don't think anybody in this building, including you or I, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
And now you've given good field position here to start the 3rd quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it'll be first down Washington. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. 4 yards on the pickup, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So they don't get a touchdown here on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think you still say mission accomplished as they come away from it with the lead.
Absolutely. You've got to apply the pressure here, make the other guys play catch-up for a while, and now you just hope your defense can step up and protect the lead.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
In motion, Patterson. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And some space here. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Let's go.
Running right with Kelly. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Cousins now on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Pierre Garçon from 6 yards away. And the Redskins capitalize.
You know how to beat the blitz, sir?
In for 6.
We run quick routes.
Following the a touchdown. Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
No, I mean, last 2 times I got sacked because I was waiting for the route to get downfield because I wasn't doing any quick routes on the plays that I needed to make quick downs.
Interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
No, I mean,
they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those.
This is a new playbook. I don't think anybody really knows my playbook yet.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Carry number 20 now for Peterson. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Hello.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over at 50 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater. He's going to float.
I have no idea how he got beat.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Hello.
Patterson. 2 catches,
Yeah, what's
2
up?
touchdowns here so far. And
Huh?
the Vikings
Yeah,
have made this now a 1-score game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I
The
actually
what?
listened in history class.
No.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I
No,
can.
I haven't. No, I haven't. Alright, I'll think about it.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Huh?
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open
Yeah, I
and
did.
drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You
No,
end up
alright.
thinking way
I'll
too
think about
much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 2nd down, Cousins again. Out to the left here to Reed. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Open man, it's Vernon Davis. A gain of 13 and also the 1st down.
Now, coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis.
Go for it.
Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down.
Yeah.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. 4th down.
What the hell?
Daryl Patterson. 20. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory. A big play there on 4th and 1. 46 yards. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 3. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they take a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run for it with Peterson. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal for Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. Peterson. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And if the Vikings can take care of business on the extra point, they will have the lead. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. A second down throw for Cousins. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And the defense lines up looking for one final stop.
And they will be playing for the pass in this situation, not expecting any type of a run.
Cousins from the gun on third. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll try and wind down some clock with Peterson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They run again with Peterson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Ricky Jean-Francois in on the tackle.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Let's go, defense! Let's go, defense! Here we go!
A lot of scoring. There's
I thought Indian Badass was playing.
Who, me? No, I'm playing Riyadh. It's nice.
It was fucking fun. So
How
Riyadh,
many
are
yards
you
did you
sending
run
it?
for?
Riyadh, are you sending the stats or should I?
No, you do it because I gotta play Amir.
How you good?
Rich.
Hey, Riyadh, what happened? There you are, Riyadh. There you are.
What was the score?
Nah, it was 34-35, dude.
Damn, the same game, same score as me and Sal.